Hi everyone, this is Charlie Saro. Today we are covering very important topic because I received so many emails from all over the Europe or from my country Turkey that they ask, Charlie, I don't have any history in United States or work history or credit history. How can I purchase a home? Coming there with a tourist visa, are there any options even for me to purchase a home? And so instead of me answering and trying to figure out all the answers for you, I wanted to bring you an expert. That's why I invited the loan officer today to join me. His name is Efe. Together we will go over mortgage programs, traditional or tourist visas. So today we are starting with the tourist visa first. So let's get to it. Bring your coffee
Of
and join
course.
us.
Hi, Charlie. How are you?
Good, good. How are you, Efe?
Pretty good. Pretty good. So, Charlie, for foreign nationals, we have two type of loans. One is what we call as DSCR. So DSCR loan is for investments. Let's say you want to buy a house in the United States and you don't have an income from your origin of your country. Let's say you are from Turkey and you don't have an income. So you can buy a house in the United States with a 25% down payment as long as the rental income covers the mortgage payment. But if it doesn't cover it, then you need to make a 30% down payment, then it doesn't have to cover the mortgage payment. Let's say you bought a house for $500,000 and the monthly payment is $3,000 and the rental income is $2,500. As long as you do 30% down and the rental income is $2,500, it is okay. You can purchase any home that you like. What we need from you is that at the LLC, you need to open a company in the United States to track your taxes because you don't have a social security number, a bank account, which you can open with your LLC, and your passport. It's very simple, and you can apply for the loan and we'll close in 30 days your house. You can buy any state, any house that you like. And the other loan that we have is second home. So let's say you travel to United States and you can rent 6 months of a year your second house, but you live there 6 months or 3 months, but you live there for sure every year, at least for 2 weeks. Then you can apply for a second home loan. And on the second home, you can do 25% down payment. All we need from you is that an income from your origin of your country. Let's say you live in Turkey or China, doesn't matter. As long as you show us an income from your accountant stating, you make $100,000, for example, a year, then we will lend you about 5 times of it, which is a $500,000 with 25% down payment. You can purchase any home that you like and use it as a second home. And while you are not there, you can do Airbnb or short-term rental.
Can you find every bank provide this information to you, or
Unfortunately,
do you
yeah.
work with the specific selected banks or
So
investors?
most investors and foreign nationals, they go to the big banks like Bank of America, Chase. They don't give you this credit. So there are very specific banks that we have to go. There is over 400 banks in the United States, but there are only 5 of them that gives this type of credit. So what we do is that whoever has a low interest rate that day, we go to them and get the loan from them. But it is a very simple loan as long as you have an income or you just want to do a high down payment and invest in a house, you can do it.
Okay, which my understanding is interest rates are about the same. Is that correct?
So for
Close.
foreign nationals and the US citizens, there is a 2 type of interest rate. Let's say you are a foreign national, but you visit a United States when you were a student and you got a social security card and then you went back home. If you open a credit card, you have a credit score 740, let's say. Then you will get the same interest rate as a 740 US citizen who's applying for this investment loan or a second home loan. But if you don't have a social security and US credit, then you will get around 1% higher than average US citizen. So if average US citizen is getting 6.5, you are looking at 7.5 interest rate.
Okay, got you. And what are the documents you need that you have difference between the traditional loan and with the tourist visa?
So traditional loan, we check everything, we check the tax returns and everything because they live in here. Foreign nationals, all we need is, if it is a second home, we just need a, bank account, which is very simple to open, and a accountant letter from origin of your country stating you make this much money, and then we go by that. But if you are getting an investment, then all we need is technically your passport, bank account, and LLC. That's it.
Normally, how the process works here in the United States is about 30 days. Of course, we can close sooner than 30 days. When you think about the process from non-US residents, what are the time frames for if you are purchasing a property in the United States from other countries?
So if you are going to be here at the closing time, we can close in 30 days. But if you are not going to be here in closing time, and you want to sign your documents from the embassy, then usually it will take 40 days, because once we wrap up the whole file, we have to send the original documents to the embassy, and then you need to go to the embassy and sign your documents, and they need to mail back those documents to us. So I'll usually ask for 40 days to close.
Okay.
But don't forget, you don't have to be here. You can just sign your documents at the embassy.
That's the best part about it.
Depends on which country you are at. For example, in Turkey, we can send you the embassy person to come to your house to sign the documents. But I don't know how it works in China. You might have to go to embassy and sign it. But to be safe, you can just go to the embassy and sign your documents, because why we say that 40 days is that sometimes embassy is busy and you can get a exact date for the closing. So that's why I'll put always 40 to 45 days if they're not going to be here. But you don't have to be here. All you need is a accountant in here. If you don't have a bank account, who will open you a LLC and a bank account, so you can transfer. What you need to transfer is that when I say bank account, you don't transfer all your money to United States. You can pay the closing cost and down payment from your foreign national bank account. If it is a Chinese bank, Turkish bank, you can directly wire that money to the title company. But you need a US bank account to pay your mortgage monthly. So the banks usually require 6 to 12 months of mortgage payment inside of United States bank account, so they can deduct their automatically on the first of the month your mortgage payment. That's why you need to open an account, and let's say your mortgage payment is $2,000 monthly, and we need 6 months of mortgage staying in that account. You need to transfer 12 months as a reserve, and then the lender can deduct those payments monthly.
I understand. Do the funds need to be seasoned in the bank in
No.
period of time?
So as long as you can show me your bank accounts that you transferred that $12,000 to United States and it came yesterday, we are good with it. There is no waiting period.
That's great. What are the most challenging factor or things you are facing with non-US citizens when you are started working on it? Is there something like a not again, like
To
what
be
I'm
honest
talking
with you,
about?
it is easier to get a loan as a foreign national than US citizen,
Yeah.
because when you're a US citizen or you have a green card, we go through your tax returns, your bank accounts, every money is coming in and out. But when you're a foreign national, when we are giving you a second home, we are like, okay, all we need is a letter from the accountant and a large down payment, then house is yours. So it is very easier than the regular traditional loans. I don't know why.
That's very, very interesting, very surprising as well. Well, thank you so much for all this information. Now, I have one more question for you. We talk about investors and we talk about tourist visa. How about we talk about traditional loans, FHA, conventional? I would like to know, is it different for foreigners? Are there strict guidelines for it as well?
So if you're a US citizen, green card holder, or asylum holder, there are different type of loans for each person. So for asylum, for example, you can no longer apply for a FHA loan. You have to get a conventional loan. But green card holders and the US citizens can apply for a FHA loan, which is 3.5% down payment. And if you apply for a conventional loan, we can go as low as 3%, but you need a good credit. So because on conventional loan we need minimum 660 credit score. For FHA loan, we can go as low as 580. When you're applying for FHA and a conventional loan, this traditional loans, I hear a lot that the customers are saying, I went to Wells Fargo, I couldn't get approved. So there are a lot of different banks with different criteria. So doesn't mean that Wells Fargo didn't approve you. We are not going to approve you. We just need to look at your file and tell you what we need to work on, and then we can get you approved. But this type of loans, FHA conventional with the low down payment loans, we need pay stubs, like W-2 income. Let's say you have $100,000 income. Usually, if you don't have so much debt, you will get 4 to 5 times of it as a mortgage with as low as 3% down payment. But if you are self-employed, the things change a little bit. So most self-employed thinks that they can buy a house because they went to bigger banks and they say, no, you didn't show enough income on your tax returns. So for the self-employed, we have two options. One is bank statement loan. We look at your bank statements last 12 months, how much money came in, cash, Venmo, Zelle, doesn't matter where it came from. But we don't care how much, you withdrawn. All we care is how much is deposited. As long as you have a 720 credit score, you can do 10% down. And let's say $100,000 was deposited in the last 12 months, we will lend you 4 to 5 times of it as a mortgage. But if you don't have 720 credit score, we can go as low as 620, but you have to do 20% down payment in order for you to qualify this type of loan. And then we don't look at your tax returns and we can qualify you. The other one is profit and loss statement loan. We don't look at your bank statements either. For some reason, you don't want to show us your bank statement. We are okay with that too. Let's say you're a realtor, you're a 1099 employee, and you are saying, hey, I don't want to show you my bank statements. Then we need a letter from your accountant stating how much profit you made in last 12 months. So as long as whatever that profit is, we will still lend you 4 times of it, but we need the letter from the accountant.
Okay, and let's say we are going with the accountant, and what are the interest rate for that? Like, are there any
Yeah.
challenges with that? What are the guidelines for it?
So on bank statement and profit and loss statement, interest rates are almost the same, higher than the regular traditional loan. So if you are getting a traditional loan, 6.75 interest rate, on this type of loan, you are looking at 7.5 interest rate. But since we are not looking at your tax returns, so you didn't pay
And
a lot
bank
of
statements.
taxes, yeah, and you save a lot of money on the taxes, then you can buy down your rate to 6.75 by spending, $10,000-$15,000 that you save on your taxes, or you can do larger down payment because to buy a house for $500,000 as a self-employed, you need at least $100,000 profit last 2 years, which you will pay $40,000 on taxes minimum. Well, you save that money and you put it as a down payment, then you already save $250 monthly payment, which is the between 6.75 and 7.5 interest rate. The monthly payment difference is $250. You save that by making larger down payment and you have less debt.
Got you. What are the time frames for these? Is it same?
Yeah, it is the same. We can close in 30 days, 3 weeks if needed, but we usually ask for 30 days. So most banks, like I said, they don't lend this type of credit. So I know that most of the customers are going to Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, this type of banks, and they are getting, you can get the loan, but they don't even tell them how they can actually get it. So these loans are called non-QM loans. I mean, if you want to, even you can buy a house with no income as well. So you want to invest a house, you can do 25% down payment and you can buy any house that you like. You can actually buy as low as 20% as long as the rental income covers the mortgage. Let's say your monthly payment mortgage is $3,000 and the rental income is $3,000. Then you can do 20% and buy any house that you like. But don't forget, this is an investment loan. We don't look at any documents. All you need is your social security and your ID and your bank account where the funds are going to come from.
Got you. Thank you so much for all this information. We really appreciate you. I am just blown away with the information we have for our viewers here. I am sure they will be so glad to hear all this. Do you have any other information for our viewer to know?
I just told you guys about this non-QM. I mean, if you don't even have an income, nothing, but you have a lot of money sitting in your bank account and you want to buy a house to live in it, there are programs called assets, assets program. Whatever money you have in your bank account will lend you 2 times of it, and you can use as a primary residence. So don't think that there is no loan, there is no loan for you. There is always a loan. You just need to know what kind of loan you need to apply to.
Exactly. It is like it's same thing with I always tell my clients there is no one fixed way to negotiate a contract. There are million ways to negotiate one condition. Same thing for the loan too. You have many types of loan types, and you just need you just need to know the right product or which product to use. That's pretty good information.
Yep, I mean, and the people needs to know that, okay, so I just got the down payment. I don't have a closing cost. We are in a buyer market as of, August 2025. I'll say the date because I know it will come bite me. So you can just ask the buyer the seller to pay your closing costs, and you just bring the down payment and you're all set. So there are a lot of things we can work around it. All you just need to say is that I want a house.
That's wonderful. I'm there to help them. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for all this information, Efe. I'm blown away with all this beautiful information you provided us, and I am very much looking forward to do more videos with you for our viewers. In the meantime, if you have any comments or want to know more about the information we provided, or if you have your questions separately that we didn't go over and we may forget, it can happen. So please let us know. We would love to do more videos for you guys. Until next time, see you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.